The 38-page amnesty report is in collaboration with the Nigerian NGO Center for Environment, Human Rights and Development, CEHRD. It accuses the Nigerian government agency in charge of oil spills of falsely certifying that Shell has cleaned areas that are visibly polluted with crude oil. In 2011, the United Nations Environmental Program UNEP identified massive levels of oil spill pollution caused by Shell's aging and poorly maintained pipelines that crisscross Ogoniland. Shell had promised to clean up the sites and improve response to future spills. But the amnesty report says Shell failed to live up to its promise. Mark Dummett is the researcher who prepared the amnesty report.
The subtitle of this report is that Shell has been making false claims about how it has cleaned up these places. So what we're calling for, what Amnesty International is calling for, is for Shell to go back to these places and clean them up once and for all. And we're also calling for the Nigerian government to keep a much closer eye on what Shell is doing, to hold this company to account, to make sure that Shell is doing what it says it does.
In response to the accusation, Shell wrote a letter explaining that the company has had difficulty containing and cleaning up the leaks because of persistent oil theft and illegal refining activities in the area. Dummett says Amnesty is not accepting that excuse. He says Amnesty and CEHRD's field investigation finds that 4 of the spill sites identified as highly polluted by UNEP in 2011 are still contaminated.
UNEP gave Shell very clear recommendations for what it needed to do to improve its cleanup, and that hasn't happened. That's why we've come back to these places to find out what's gone wrong. The fact is Shell needs to live up to its responsibilities and to follow the recommendations, the clear recommendations of UNEP to overhaul how it approaches cleanup.
MK Ibrahim is Amnesty Country Director for Nigeria.
The example of the way President Obama handled the oil spills in the U.S. Gulf in 2010, holding the oil giant BP accountable through criminal and civil proceedings, should be a model, for many countries, including Nigeria, to look into.
Ibrahim says Amnesty would like Shell to be more transparent about its cleanup operations. It says the Nigerian government also needs to strengthen its watchdog agency, the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSDRA. Shell operates about 50 oil fields and 5,000 kilometers of pipelines in the Niger Delta. Its own records admit to more than 1,600 oil spills since 2007. From Abuja, Charles Doke, GoTel News.